Well, hello, people. So it's Peter here, and yes, we're back in the old man shed. Yes, it's Tuesday, 18th of October. As you can see, gorgeous day out there, very nice. But it's now been a good week now since the Great Electric Train Show, and wow, what a great weekend. But I must admit, I was exhausted afterwards. Did such a lot. I mean, yeah, the show itself was fantastic. The trade stands, the exhibits, you know, the layouts. Meeting you guys, came up. You know, you said come and say hello, which was great. I asked you to do so, and you did. And yeah, you know, I'm really chuffed that you like what we do in the old man shed. So thanks for watching and everything. It was good to meet you and fellow YouTubers, so many YouTubers. Oh my gosh. I've met Susanna for the first time. She was there, and Robert's train set. Oh, let's try and see what I remember. Obviously Tony of Tony Northeastern, and Gary of G.E.Ts. Obviously Alan of Dragon Junction Mark II. That was the big sort of thing for me. I mean, we were supposed to meet up last year, but Alan got COVID last year. But more than made up for it this year, because we were staying in the same hotel. So not only did I spend, you know, quite a lot of Saturday and the Sunday, but also the Saturday night in the hotel lounge. So yeah, great time. Met his family. Yeah, really good. But yeah, who else? Mike, who's got the 40-foot layout up in the loft, but he's in the middle of a building site at the moment, so you won't get any videos from him at the moment. He's doing an extension. Oh gosh, Charlie Bishop from Chadwick, and well done, Charlie, for getting the award. You're well deserved. Yeah, I mean, so many. Even Jenny Kirk was on a stand together with her partner, so even had a word with her. You know, great. And of course the guys on the Hornby, Mike and whatever. You know, God, so many names. Well, Medway Peninsula. Oh, it's just I can't think of all the names, guys. There's just so many of you. It was great, really good. But I didn't spend much there. I only came away with what I'm going to show you in a minute, which was one coach. John, a guy called John on the KMS Railtech trade stand. He did his best to try and sell me a Class 47 Bachmann Class 47, the new one, Grey Friars Bobby, which is the blue large logoed version. But yeah, he nearly made it so. He didn't quite, because always at the back of my mind, it wasn't. I didn't think it would suit me down here, because it's quite an area specific loco. I think, you know, it's definitely a Scottish one. You know, it was for even as regards it's got jumper leads on the front. You know, which no 47 did have, but they fitted that one because of the duties that he did up there in Scotland. So it might not, you know, I'm sorry, John, but I'm glad I didn't get it in the end, because it, you know, I would have been regretting it, to be honest. It wouldn't have suited my layout, to be honest. Keeps on saying to be honest. No, it really is, to be honest. But anyway, what a great weekend. So I'm sorry if I haven't thought of your names just now, because there were just so many of you. I'm sorry, and I don't want to sort of just sit here looking at a list of all the names I've run out. You know who you are. Many of the YouTubers, but you know, I'll follow you, and yeah, it was great to meet everybody anyway. But that was over a week ago. Now, guys, this Saturday just gone, because today is Tuesday, my Model Railway Club, the Beckenham and West Wickham Model Railway Club, we have 2 shows that we put on a year in St John's Church in Beckenham. The next one will be in April, which is what we call the Vintage Show, and that is where you get the old trains, you know, the old Hornby 00, the 3-rail tin plate model trains, the Hornby Triangs, and you know, you name it. It's the Vintage Show. It's you know, as the name says. So we've got that coming up in April. But this Saturday just gone was our general show, where we got our Becwick again that we took to Milton Keynes, so she was on show again. N gauge and O gauge layouts were there. Other exhibitors, guest exhibitors. trade stands. So it's all there. You can get food there. It's all there. But the one draw that brings a lot of people there is our club shop, because we have got a fantastic club shop. And what's on the end of this video is what I bought from our club shop, because I bought more from our little show on the Saturday than I did back up in the great electric train show. So yeah, but that's wrong. But you know, when you got I don't know if other clubs have it. You know, does Worley have club shops? I don't know, but you know, it is what it is, guys. You know, people, they approach the club if they've got well, maybe if they've given up on the hobby and they just want to sell their stuff again, or you know, or sadly maybe someone's passed over and they've gone up in the loft and they found they've got this massive train set up in the loft and they don't want to just put it in a skip, so they approach someone like us, a club like us, to say, well, what do you think, you know, and obviously, you know, make an offer, and we got these bits and pieces for sale. And as you'll see, you know, some of it could be mint, you know, because it might be just as a part of a collection and hardly ever used, you know, for the layout they was going to build and never got round to building it, so they think, oh no, you know, let's pass it on. And so you get people who start buying the rolling stock or whatever and never actually get round to building the layout. So, you know, they want to pass on the bits and pieces going. So it ranges from that to, you know, well, you know, models that all running well and everything, have been tried and tested, and you know, have done service for a little while and still got a good lot of mileage in them yet. It covers all sorts, to just odds and, you know, the parts bin, you know, sort of people having to rummage around, thousands of coaches, my God, coaches coming out your ears, and yeah. So and all different levels of finish. You know, they from mint down to well used, you know, or you know, users for parts bin. You know what I mean? Of course it is, and that's really brings in the punters. They really, you know, there's a lot of people know what we're like, and they come along specifically just for that. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I ended up getting. All right, so so that's what this video is about. Just to, you know, get back. So Great Electric Train Show was fantastic. It's all over and done with for another year. I met fellow YouTubers. I met you, Joe Public, who look in and watch this little channel. And it was wonderful. It's great to meet everybody. It was you know, so blown away. But as I say, this little Saturday just gone, so you're too late. Keep it, you know, make a date for next year, and I'll show you what I picked up. Right, okay, guys. So until the next time, I'll catch you later. All right. All the best then. Bye bye for now. Bye bye. So what did I get at the Great Electric Train Show? Well, just a Mark II coach. Okay, second hand. It's missing the connection corridor at that end, as you can see. Missing the bogies now, of course, because that's what I wanted a Mark II coach for, guys. I wanted the bogies. Alright, and why did I want the bogies? Because back in a few months ago, I made a barrier wagon out of the wrong coach. It was made, instead of being a Bachmann Mark II, I used a Lima GUV wagon. So the bogies were wrong, but now I've taken them then from those Mark II coaches, from that coach that I got second hand, painted the yellow ends. It was already red springs, and the reason why I wanted those bogies is because on the proper barrier wagon that I've got, you can see now that they are the same bogies at last. So this is a Bachmann coach with Mark II bogies. This is a right old Frankenstein, because it's a Lima coach with Hornby Mark II bogies. But by the time I painted them up, they look quite good alongside the Bachmann ones. So now that you know, it looks the part. So yeah, so it's only, you know, a few bobs worth sort of thing, and that's what I've come away from the Great Electric Train Show with. Just this old girl, just because I wanted the bogies. I've got no other use for this, unfortunately. But there you go. Never mind. for the price I paid for it, it's all right. You know, I could have paid more if I sent off to say like Peter's Spares, you know, to get a set of bogies. But I've done all that, and I couldn't get them for love nor money. And the price is looking for a set of Mark II online. Yeah, I would have paid a lot more than what I have done. And that's it. That's what I come away from the Great Electric Train Show with. There you go. Okay, so the first item I treated myself to from the show is this Tampa wagon made by Beckenham. This is the non-motorised version. Beckenham did make it with a motor as well, but it doesn't have any lights or anything like that. Even so, even the motorised version didn't have any lights. It purely, for me, it's going to be a static model. It did have couplings on, but I've taken the couplings off because I'm not sure. You know, in the real world, these things, you know, they can drive themselves. So I'm not sure if you would see this in a rake of, you know, in an engineering train or not. I don't know. So with that in mind, just play it safe. I'm just happy to have it as a bit of eye candy on the sidings, because you know what I'm like. I do like my engineering stock. All I've done to it, as I said, it has couplings, but I've taken them off. It is obviously freewheeling. It's lovely. The only thing I did to it is I've actually covered the logo that was on Tampo printed on there, which I've forgotten what it was. I think it said something like Conway or something, but I've actually put, as you can see, a Network Rail logo on there, right, just to bring it right up to date. And yeah, I like it. And it was in it wasn't in its packaging. It was in its blister box with its you know, clear sleeve around it, so it was perfectly safe. But the outer packaging was missing. So obviously, you know, that all contributed to quite a nice price from our shop. And so yeah, it was a no-brainer, wasn't it? I mean, you know, I had to have it. So yeah, I'm not worried that it's not got the motor on it. Because if I did, I would have had to try to chip it up, and yeah, so no. So she's going to be a bit of eye candy. So yeah, very happy with that. As you can see, nice and free wheeling and everything. But and it wouldn't take. It's a NEM pocket, so it would take a split second just to put a coupling in there. If I did, if I found out that it could be dragged in an engineering train, then you know, I might well do that. Just like with the Balfour BT train that I have going around. Okay. But for now, she'll sit on the sidings as a bit of eye candy. But this is the first item I treat myself to, and I said, nice, a very, very good price, because it wasn't in its packaging. It was in its protective sleeve, but the outer box was missing. So yes, nice discount. Okay, these are the other two purchases, which are the old Dapol steel wagons, as in Ferry Wagon VTG branded. And so again, and mint in boxes, you know, completely in boxes. I don't think they've ever been out the box, to be honest. So absolutely brand new, lovely price. So I thought, well, that's, you know, that now increases my tip hook rake now to 10 wagons now, the same. And yeah, so nothing else to be said about that, other than the fact that it was a very, very good price, and they were mint, both in their boxes. So all the you know, weights are inside, so it's absolutely nothing. You know, they're all the steel weights. Yeah, you know how these wagons are. So, and they run excellently on round Torridon Road. You have to. Myself and Susanna found out that sometimes when you get these out the box, they derail. You just have to loosen the screw a little bit on the actual coupling, not the bogie as such, the actual coupling bar. You just need to ease off the screw a little bit. I mean, obviously these are now being fitted with hunts now, but when you do ease off the screw, and I've also removed a little bit of plastic so that these things can happily move side to side, because that was another issue on the tight curve. Sometimes there's a little shoulder that restricts the movement of the coupling. Well, I just removed that shoulder so the coupling could have even more movement, and now they run perfectly. So yeah, so that's that one. So another 2 little bargains, and now it makes my steel wagon train a rate of 10. So yes, okay, it's up with the tip hook versions, but I don't think that's no bad thing. You know, you get so many mismatched wagons and things running around, don't you? Okay, so that's that. So they were again absolutely mint in their boxes. Another very, very good buy. Okay, so the last items I bought at the show will be coming into view now. Goes behind the Class 37 as another drag for the rail operators group. So following on from behind a couple of barrier wagons are the 6 coaches that I bought at our show, and they are Mark III wagons in the LNER livery, and they were brand new. And then following on is the last barrier wagon, and of course that's got a flashing end lamp at the back to finish the train. As you can see, going around Torridon Road perfectly. They've all been now fitted with Hunt Elite couplings. You can see they open up around the curve, but when they come round the straight here, you can see, obviously not to the barrier wagon, but to themselves, they're very close fitting. So really, really good. I have to say that the coupling that they're fitted with, to begin with, they come with you can change them to a D coupling if you want, because in the detail pack that came in the box was the buffers that you have to put on, and large D couplings if you so wish to change from the, to me, is the HO Continental style coupling that Hornby decided to put on these coaches. So not your tension lock couplings, the more the HO versions, the European style. And I must admit, to its credit, it gave quite close coupling, but not as you know, the Hunts obviously you get the gap. I'm going to see there is a gap, but that's it. You don't get any more than that. There we are. So that's not bad, is it? And you can see the Elite couplings below. And if I was to push it back, it moves ever so slightly, but that's not down to the coupling, that's down to the bogies, that little bit of play in the bogies. But let's see, I'll move it back. There you are, you see the gap hardly, you know, there is a small amount of play, but that's about it. Of course, if the other couplings were on there, you'll get a much larger gap. But having said that, I must applaud that it was quite nice anyway. But there we are, there's the gap. Look, see, it's not much, is it? Not bad, I don't think. But there you are, these were in their boxes, and I say, although obviously I've paid second-hand prices for them, they were brand new, they were mint. So much so that to get them out their boxes, you know, with the Hornby packaging, you either tear the card off at the end to get the coach out, or you might put the knife in the side and try and open up the flap carefully. Well, that's what I had to do to get these things out their boxes, all 6 of them. But as you can see, it makes a massively long train now, but does look good now when I film it going past, as you'll see. So yeah, so I ended up buying more at our little club, you know, our show, our annual exhibition with our little club shop. I bought more there than I did at the Great Electric Train Show. But there you are, sod's law, isn't it? There you go. So yeah, right, that's that. Okay, so just to finish, we'll have the 2 trains running with the sound on, and yeah, it looks quite impressive. I think 2 long trains passing each other. Yeah, really pleased. What a result. Very happy. There you go, guys. Alright, all the best, till next time.